for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
We're here. I just left the bank, everybody, so I had to try to get everything in order. Everything is working out pretty well. So went to the gym. I had to get a little quick workout in. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I'm sorry to keep everybody waiting. 2 o'clock, you know what I mean? Normally we go at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but today had to make it a little earlier because, you know, every Thursday I get a haircut. So, you know, other than that, man, that's it, man. So anyway, let's get everybody a shout out in the chat, man. Shout out to my main man, Withered Sleeve. Shout out to Dr. Repper. Shout out to Bacon and Eggs. Shout out to, let's see, Alan Skill. Shout out to UC Kingsley. Shout out to Victor Bada. Shout out to New Money DMG. New money. What's up, baby? Shout out to Alan Skill. Shout out to let's see who else we have. Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore. Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore. Shout out to my brother Philip Fly. Shout out to Charlo. Shout out to Steve J. Steve J, what's good, fam? Shout out to Eliza. Eliza, what's good, fam? Hey, man, sorry about that from yesterday, man. If you got for you getting blocked, man, I did receive the super chat. I really do apologize for that, brother. I'm sorry about that. But I did check to see what you blocked in the back end, and you was never blocked. So I think we got everything straightened out. Shout out to D-Town Blaster, man. Shout out to my brother D-Town Blaster, man, for the super chat. He always representing for the boy. And we're gonna ring the Ali bell for D-Town Blaster. Ring the Ali bell as well. I got the bell over there too, man. Shout out to a pimp named M. Dot. Hey, I like that name, a pimp named M. Dot. Hey, shout out to M Bloom. M Bloom, what's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Philip Fly. Shout out to Alex Poggi. What's going on, fam? Aloha. What's going on? What's going on with your brother? Shout out to Uwapo. What's going on, fam? What's good? Again, man, I'm sorry for being a little late, guys. We're gonna get right to the point. You know what I mean? For sure. We're definitely gonna get to the point. You know what I mean? So basically, man, this interview came out a couple days ago. Shout out to Rocket Andrade. Rocket Andrade, what's going on, fam? This interview came out a couple days ago with let me see, let me get my notes. I want to make sure I'm on point. Was this IFL? I think no, this was Seconds Out. I think I'm looking at my paper right now. Yeah, I think this is the interview that Frank Warren gave to Seconds Out about just pretty much what happened with the fight, why things didn't go down the way it should have. Bacon and Eggs, salute to you, fam. You know what I mean? So, and that's pretty much what it is. I wanted to talk about that. Now, he did this interview 2 days ago, but I didn't want to cover it then. You know what I mean? Craig Joyner, you know what I mean? You know, Craig Joyner, what's going on? Cardinay O'Connor, what's going on, fam? So, of course, they're saying it's Eddie Hearn's fault. Yes, it's Eddie Hearn's fault. Eddie Hearn's fault. So basically, it's not Tyson Fury's fault. It's not Frank Warren's fault. It's not Bob Aaron's fault. You know, shout out to my brother Efren. You know what I mean? It's Eddie Hearn's fault. So let's see. How is it Eddie Hearn's fault? Let's see. Eddie Hearn, how can we blame this on Eddie Hearn? Eddie Hearn went all around the world to try to find investors for this fight. Eddie Hearn went off the word of Bob Aaron. So basically, Eddie Hearn's fault is that he believed Bob Aaron. That's it. It's not his fault that he didn't deliver the contracts. It's not his fault that he didn't deliver the money. The money was pretty much there. Tyson Fury confirmed that he spoke to the prince. You see what I'm saying? So basically, when it comes to Anthony Joshua, we need to confirm where the funds are going, where the funds are coming from. We got to talk to the prince. We got to do this. We got to do that. But then when it comes to Deontay Wilder, we signed a contract just like that because we already signed the contract with him. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to any other fighter that Tyson Fury fights, we don't need to talk to no Prince. We don't need to have $75 million in my account. We don't need to go through all of these hoops and obstacles. But when it comes to Anthony Joshua, it's totally different. It's totally different. Oh, we need A, we need B, we need C, we need D. Yeah, we're going to come back later on in the year, then we can revisit that fight after we get past the Wilder fight. That's if you get past the Wilder fight. It's all a bunch of goddamn bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now. All of this is blaming Eddie Hearn. I'm not going for it. I can't go for that. Like Hall and Oates. I can't go for that, homeboy. Can't go for that at all. Basically, the only thing that's Eddie Hearn's fault, I will say this. Eddie Hearn shouldn't have never said anything in the public about it. He should have just stayed in the background. Even though Tyson Fury was talking very negative about it and saying that he might fight Wilder again, and don't be surprised if I fight Wilder, and if I haven't seen anything, even though John Fury was doing public announcements, basically saying that we're going to pull out and we're going to do this and do that, Eddie Hearn took the bait and he went in public and started talking about this fight. That part was his fault. Because Frank Warren is trying to spin it now by basically saying that if Eddie Hearn never would have opened his mouth about the fight, we could have gotten the fight signed, sealed, and delivered. But Frank Warren, that's a lie. That's a lie, because you can't get a fight signed, sealed, and delivered if the arbitration still ruled that for Tyson Fury would have had to fight Wilder anyways. So how you going to blame Eddie for saying if he just would have kept his mouth closed, we could have just went ahead and got the contract signed and we'll be having this fight? That's not true. That's a lie. So basically, Frank Warren, you're blaming everything on Eddie. It's Eddie's fault. Everything is Eddie's fault. So is there anything, Frank Warren, that if I was the guy that was interviewing interviewing Frank Warren in that Seconds Out interview, if I was the guy, I would have asked him, sir, is there anything that's your guys' fault? Is there anything that's Tyson Fury's fault? Is there anything that's Bob Arum's fault? Is there anything that's your fault? Everything is Eddie Hearn's fault. This is classic denial. This is classic, you know what, I'm going to deflect and put it all on the other guy. I'm going to tell you guys something. You're not going to see the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight. If Tyson Fury wins this fight against Deontay Wilder, which it's not a guarantee that he's going to win this fight, and if Anthony Joshua was to get by Alexander Usyk, which is not a guarantee he's going to get by Usyk, we're not going to see this undisputed fight between Joshua and Fury. I'm going to tell you why. When you're dealing with a promoter such as Bob Arum, who has lied to you consistently, and he told you that, hey, you're not going to have anything to worry about with this arbitration. This arbitration is not going to stop. This arbitration is not going to stop anything as it relates to the fight with Tyson Fury. Because I find it very hard to believe, and this is why I believe Eddie Hearn at. Why would a man go all over the world? Why would a man go all over the world, talk to people from the UK, talk to people from the United States, talk to people from Russia, talk to people from Qatar, talk to people from Saudi Arabia? Why would a man risk his life flying all over the world to make a fight happen if he knew deep down in his heart that there's no way that this fight was going to be made next? This is the question that people need to ask themselves, right? This is the question that people need to ask themselves. Now, I'm not mad at Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn tried to do the right thing based on the information that he received from lying ass Bob Arum. Bob Arum lied to Eddie Hearn. I don't know how much Tyson Fury was involved in it, so I don't know, but Bob Arum is the guy. So you're not going to blame Bob Arum fish eyes. It's Eddie Hearn's fault. If Eddie Hearn, and I'm not capping for Eddie Hearn, I'm just calling it like it is. If Eddie Hearn would have known, see, Eddie Hearn's fault was he believed Bob Arum. You can't believe Bob Arum. Nothing Bob Arum says out of his mouth. You can't believe anything that Bob Arum says out of his mouth. Coach, Rocket Andrade said, Coach, to be fair, if Eddie wouldn't have said anything, we wouldn't have never known Tyson really didn't want the fight. Especially how Tyson was saying AJ is an easy touch. I totally agree with you, Rocket Andrade. But what I'm saying is, when you're pushing narratives, they're going to flip it. Eddie Hearn was in the situation, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I totally agree with you, Rocket Andrade. You're right about that, brother. You're right about that. Because we knew what was going on. You're right about that. Alan Skill, what you say, fam? You say, I think Eddie did the right thing in hindsight, talking about it, as they can't say Matchroom and AJ didn't want it. Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Because that would have been the narrative. If Eddie Hearn would have stayed quiet, the narrative would have been, yo, man, we tried to make the fight, but Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua didn't want it. They can't say that now, though. They can't say that now. They can't say that they didn't want it. You see what I'm saying? So now this is what it is. So Bob Arum lied. So I'm going to move on from that. We know that. Yeah, I agree. It's not happening now. It's over. I think that's what they wanted. They're blocking AJ from having a chance to become undisputed. But this is what Frank Warren said too. Frank Warren said, listen, man. We want this fight better than anything, because this is going to be the most money that Tyson Fury has ever made in his life. He said, so we want this fight. We want that big money fight. People saying that we don't want the fight, they don't know what they're talking about. This is what Frank Warren said in this Seconds Out interview. He's saying that we wanted this fight bad. Well, if you wanted this fight bad, Frank Warren, you sure enough didn't act like it. So I'm not going to get into who wanted to fight bad, who didn't want to fight bad. The bottom line is, you cannot put all the blame on Eddie Hearn. The only thing you can say about Eddie Hearn is Eddie Hearn was naive in believing Bob Arum. That's where he was wrong at. He was naive in believing Bob Arum. Now, let me move on from that. Bob is the nemesis Bob is the nemesis of the issues with AJ and Fury fight. His promises, lies led us to mess around for months. Yep. It was Bob Arum. So I'm gonna say all that to say this. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. You know what I mean? Karma, what you said, sis, you said that then how come they didn't terminate the contract with Wilder in December when the undisputed talks were in their infancy? Exactly. They could have terminated the contract. You hit the nail right on the head, Karma. They could have terminated that contract then. What I'm seeing now is they're trying to flip everything and put it on Eddie Hearn. So basically, it's Eddie Hearn's fault. It's Eddie Hearn's fault that their fighter is not fighting Anthony Joshua for undisputed. That's Eddie Hearn's fault. So Eddie Hearn, again, as I said before, guys, Eddie Hearn is he's 41 years old. He'll be 42 June the 8th. I know his birthday because I did research on him. He'll be 42 June the 8th. Eddie Hearn is he was naive. He's a young promoter. He has a lot to learn about dealing with the old guys, or the old coons, as we say it in the South, old coons. The old coons in the sport of boxing. Eddie Hearn will not make that mistake again. I can promise you that. This is why I say, guys, Karma Serene, Lisa, Shelton, and everybody in the chat, my brother Michael Buffer, Bacon and Eggs, Nick G, what's going on, fam? Who else came in and didn't salute? Mr. T, what's up, brother? The Joker, what's going on, fam? This is why I say, guys, we won't get that fight. You want to know why? Because how can you do business with someone that lied to you on this scale as it relates to boxing? The Ghost of Bully son, what's going on, fam? He lied to you on this scale. So you can't do business with this guy. So let's say later on down the line, guys, let's say hypothetically, this is hypothetical. Let's say Joshua beats Alexander Usyk. And let's say Fury somehow finds a way to get by Deontay Wilder. If you were Eddie Hearn, forget Eddie Hearn. If you was Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua already said that he'll never do business with Tyson Fury again. He said this. He said he'll never do business with Tyson Fury ever again. And if you Anthony Joshua, you in his position, what would you do? You would do the same thing. You would do the same thing. Elias, what you say, fam? If Wilder knocks out Fury, what will be Eddie Hearn's expression? If Wilder knocks out Fury, that's a Bob Arum and Frank Warren problem. It's not gonna bother Eddie Hearn if Wilder knocks out Fury. They're not gonna do business with Wilder or Fury. I can tell you that right now. Why would you? If it was me, I wouldn't do it. We went through this with Wilder years ago, 3 years ago, with him and his team. We went through several different scenarios. Wilder's the same guy who turned down a 3-fight deal with DAZN for $120 million. 2 of those fights, he's going to get Anthony Joshua. So, I mean, I can't, and you know what happened with that? Eddie Hearn's a slave owner. Remember, he started making it racial. You guys know how I feel about that. He started making it racial. Eddie Hearns is a slave owner. He's just pimping. He's a white man pimping another black man. But you got 2 white managers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, guys, and please like and share the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you can. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the thumbs up. So he went down that. We went down that road already with Eddie Hearns, with Deontay Wilder. Now what Joshua is going through with Tyson Fury, right? Whether it's Tyson Fury or Tyson Fury camp, more than likely it's Bob Arum. Because I honestly believe that Tyson Fury would have signed the contract and wanted to fight. I think it was Bob Arum, to be honest with you. And I'm not trying to cover fire for Tyson Fury, but I think it was Bob Arum. To be honest with you guys, because Bob Arum was the one who Eddie Hearn was dealing with, who kept lying to him, right? So how are you going to come back and then let's say Fury was to beat Wilder and he say, "Come on, AJ, I want to fight you next, you big dosser." Man, I can't not. I don't believe you. As Deontay Wilder would say, we don't believe you. Nah, we ain't going down that path no more. What you need to do, Fury, if you win, and if I get by Usyk, go ahead and fight Dillian White, go ahead and fight somebody else. We're done. We're done. Tony Lyons. Yeah, Tony Lyons. I had yes, my G. I just come on. Yeah, Tony Lyons. I saw that you were blocked. I took you off the block list. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know who blocked you, but I took you off the block list. I saw that you were blocked. I took you off this morning. So when you're dealing with someone of that caliber as a Bob Arum, you cannot do business with that person. When you're dealing with someone with the caliber of Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, after what they went through 3 years ago, you can't do business with them anymore. Especially when you know you're dealing with people who said that they really don't like you. So they are going to do everything in their power to, screw things up, pull you along, string you along. You know what I mean, guys? So, if I was Joshua, you're going to be boxing for a while. You're going to be boxing for a while. I would just, you know what, man? I want to become. Shout out to Mr. Angus. See you later, fam. If I was Wilder, if I was Joshua, I see, you know what, man? I'm gonna be boxing for a while. I don't have to try to rush to become undisputed. I'm not going to pay these guys any attention. When the reporters ask me, Anthony Joshua, didn't you hear that Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder called you out saying about the undisputed match? I would say, listen, man, I've been down this road before with Wilder, and I've been down this road before with Fury. I'm done. Say what you want to say about me. I don't care. My term sheets is this. I want $100 million. Since Fury wanted money deposited into his account before he does anything. So my new negotiating power, if I was Anthony Joshua from this point forward, would be $100 million to fight me. I need the money deposited into my account. We're going to fight at the O2 Arena. This is where it's going to be at. This is my terms. Other than that, I have nothing else to talk about. I have mandatories that I need to fight I have the mentors for all of my belts I need to fight. I'm not going to play games with you guys. I don't need you guys. I can still make big money without you. There's a reason why you guys want to fight me, because fighting me is going to be the biggest pay that you ever received. I'm going to be all right. I don't need you guys. I'm moving on. $100 million in my account. He go to term sheet, $100 million in my account. We're fighting in the O2 Arena, so my people in London can see the fight. That's it. Other than that, you guys got to make me. This is the terms I want. You make me an offer. We're not going to use any of my contacts. We're not going to get in contact with the Saudis. We're not doing none of that. You guys come up with the money. This is what I need. Deposit into my account. That's when I know you're serious. Other than that, your words don't mean nothing to me, because I've been down this road before with you guys. Alan Skill, what you say, fam? Coach, here's the scenario. AJ get past Usyk and takes the fight with White and beats him. Then he takes the WBC mandatory spot. Nowhere to run and hide for undisputed. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that, Alan Skill. I don't know how that would play out. Or you can let Dillian White fight whoever has the WBC strap for that. But the thing is, man, Alan Skill, you know what too, fam? The WBC is so cricket. Dillian White has been the interim champion before for a while when Wilder had the belt, and he couldn't even get a fight with Wilder. No one enforced anything, no one mandated. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous, fam. It's ridiculous. Josh can still make money without fear. Yes, he can. Octo News, sports and music. Okay, you're new to the channel. AJ Fury could happen past their prime like Lewis. Yeah, it can. It seems like that. Yeah, it can. It can. If you're new to the channel, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. You know what I mean? These are my terms. Show more what you say, fam. Facts, coach. These are my terms, period. Yeah, my terms is $100 million into my account. I need to guarantee the $100 million to my account, and I want to fight in the O2 Arena. That's it. These are my terms. I'm not doing any more talking. That's that. This is what it's going to be. You guys' word don't mean nothing to me. I've been down this road before. Your word don't mean anything to me. What would let me know you serious is that money hit my account in escrow. Other than that, we're done. I'm fixing to move on and continue to fight the guys I'm going to fight. You guys do whatever you want to do over there. I don't care what you say out of your mouth. You can talk till your lips fall off. I'm not budging. What you say, maybe $500 million would tempt him. Maybe not. Listen, it could be $500 million, but if it's just talk about it and there's no actual tangibles. See, we need tangibles now. We need tangibles. If Wilder wins, can Al Haymon and Eddie Hearn work together to make a deal? No, they can't. Al Haymon and Eddie Hearn cannot work together to make a deal. They can't. We've been down this road before. Coach, do you think of Eddie Hearn saying Joshua could fight someone else than Usyk next? What do I think about that? Yeah, I don't know. They're saying that Joshua may get stripped of the WBO belt. Me personally, I mean, it just depends on how bad Joshua wants that belt. Me personally, I think Joshua is going to beat Usyk. Is it going to be a tough fight? It's going to be tough in the beginning. I think it's going to be tough in the beginning. Might be wrong, but does Joshua need to be ranked by the WBC or WBDC interim mandatory off-white? Not sure. Yeah, Nick G, that's a good question. I don't even know, brother. I don't even know. Corn Kid, what's going on? I don't know why White has been confirmed by the WBO. Anyone knows mandatory? Yeah. I don't know neither. But all I'm saying is White has been the interim champion for the WBC guys for a long time. I mean, prior to him losing to Povetkin, and then of course he got it back. You know what I mean? Got his position back. But he should have been fought Wilder. But what I'm saying, guys, at this point, if you guys, let's say I'm dealing with you, right? And you guys have sent me offers before to fight you for a belt, right? And then I played all kind of games. I called this promoter a slave master. I said that he's a white man pimping another black man. I call you a coward. This, that. One name, one face, one champion. I said all this stuff, and then nothing happens. And then you scandalize my name, dismerchify my character in public, say all of this stuff about me. And then, so I move on. And then I go through this fiasco with the Tyson Fury situation. How can I trust what you say ever again as it relates to boxing. I get people today's message and I recognize AJ is the one who did not want it. Now apparently AJ trying to duck Usyk. Yeah. AJ trying to duck everybody. AJ trying to duck everybody. AJ don't want to fight nobody. He the one. Bro, it's like these narratives, bro, just kills me. And then the crazy part about it, they say it with a straight face. They want that big money that AJ gets, but they don't put the work in like him. Exactly. They say it with a straight face. They say it with a straight face. Bro, the AJ hate is real. Toby Barlett, what's going on, fam? Salute to you. What you were saying on Philly Fly, I just say let Fury and Wilder fight till they kill themselves. Listen, as a matter of fact, let Fury and Wilder fight each other in the third fight. Let Fury and Wilder fight each other again in the fourth fight. Let Fury and Wilder fight each other again. Fury and Wilder fight each other again in the fifth fight. Just let them keep fighting each other. Let them keep fighting each other. But the Anthony Joshua ship has sailed. It's sailed. Unless you got $100 million in my list, these are my terms. I'm not trying to make nothing happen. These are my terms. I had a promoter who went all over the world, was trying to work by himself to make an undisputed fight happen because I believed something that lying Bob Arum told me out of his mouth. Only to find out that Bob Arum was lying, and now everybody's trying to make mockery of me. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, Fury, trying to make mockery of me. You know what I mean? And it's cool. It's cool. I don't have no problem with it. Go ahead and do what you do. Say what you say. You said I have no problem with it. But I tell you what, $100 million in my bank account. I don't care not what Tyson Fury says anymore. I don't care what Bob Arum says or Frank Warren says. All of this year, we're going to get to this fight later on in the year. No, we're not. Unless you got $100 million you putting in my bank account, we're not getting nothing going on later on in the year. Period. These are the terms. These are the terms. Shout out to Toon. Toon said, I disagree with all, no disrespect, but I just want to see the best fight the best. I don't care who the A side, B side. Yeah, I understand all of that, Toon. But I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point. The point is this. This is the point, Toon. My brother. Shout out to my brother Toon. Hit the Ali bell for my brother Toon. The point is this, Toon. If me and you are fighters, right? You have a promoter. Let's say Lisa. Let's say Lisa Bales is your promoter. And I have the WBC. As you can see, I have a replica belt right here that I got from a friend of mine from John Davis Jackson camp. I have this belt. You have 3 belts. Lisa has done everything in her power to try to make this fight happen. Lisa has the contracts. Lisa hooked up with Karma Serene. Karma Serene said, I got the money to put the fight up. I get in contact with Karma Serene, and she said, yeah, I got the money to put the fight up. I make an announcement on my social media page. Yeah. I'm going to be fighting Toon August the 14th. And then only to come to find out that my promoter was lying to you the entire time. And then now now I just so happened to get by my guy who I beat, who I was ordered to fight. And then now I'm going to call you out later on in the year. The same way that I called you out last year and called you out half of this year. Will you trust me and believe me again? No. At this point, it doesn't even matter what the fans want anymore. At this point. Because I'm saying from a business standpoint. From a business standpoint, how can you trust these guys again? When you've tried to make this fight happen. You went through it with Wilder, and you went through it to a terrible degree with Team Fury. Nah, I can't go for that. You fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Eddie Hearn is not going to get fooled again by Team Wilder or Team Fury, because it seems like they're getting a kick out of it. It seems like this is just a joke for them, right? That's what it seems like. This situation should teach promoters that if something is going on in the courts, don't negotiate with any fighters. Listen, I agree with you totally, Eliza. Also, I would say this. This situation should teach anybody, especially if you are someone like an Anthony Joshua. If you want to fight me, here is my term sheet. This is what I'm going to need in order to make this fight happen. Do the same thing for what Fury was saying. This is the same thing Fury said in the Joshua negotiations. I need a boatload of money into my account before anything happens so I can know it's real. So guess what? Fury, you're right. We're going to take that same thing that you're saying. Anybody who wants to fight me, this is my term sheet. Anybody that's dealing with Fury or Wilder, my term sheet, $100 million in my account. I'm fighting in the O2 Arena. These are the dates that you can try to book. Other than that, I'm not waiting on you. I'm not going to be going back and forth negotiating with you. This is what I need. Put the money in the account. I know it's real. Other than that, we have nothing else to talk about. I'm moving on. Period. Then, if they put that money in the account, that's when you know that they're serious. Coach, do you think Fury Wilder 3 would do more pay-per-view buys than the previous? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Ortiz has no record. He has beaten no one. Why would AJ fight? Now, Ortiz had offered to spar. Ortiz had offered to spar with Anthony Joshua to prepare him for Alexander Usyk. What you say? Toon says, regardless of the fact that AJ is a future Hall of Famer, but it impacts his legacy if he don't get that last strap. Undisputed has to happen. But listen, but why? Okay, Toon, why does it have to all be on AJ? He's tried. I don't think you're acknowledging the fact. I don't think you're acknowledging the fact that. You know what? I think you're not going to acknowledge it anyways. So, shout out to my main man Toon. I don't think we're going to acknowledge it anyways, Toon. I don't think you get the point. Shelton Moore, Coach, AJ should move on, beat Usyk, on to the next. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just go ahead and move on to the next. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on, guys. Hit the like button. 84 watching, but only 45 likes. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what I would do. And Anthony Joshua said that he would never deal with Tyson Fury again. He's done. Shout out to Rachel. Rachel, what's going on, sis? Shout out to Rachel. He said, and why should he? Why should he deal with him again? Robert Brown, Fury is a fraud. His whole career is suspect from tempered gloves, cocaine, PEDs. Fury is a mess, but people say he's the best ever. You know, I mean, that's people's opinions of Fury, how they feel about him. You know, they say he's the best ever. I mean, maybe that's the best they've seen since they've been watching boxing. Bob Arum are numbered as being the promoter. God bless him. Wish him many more years. Yeah. Yeah, what you say on the difference, Klitschko's 10-year dominant Hall of Fame champion, Ortiz 50-year-old janitor who beat Dave Allen once. Yeah. Listen, I looked at Ortiz's resume, man, and it's Ortiz and Usyk aren't similar in fighting styles. What will help Ortiz beat AJ? Exactly. You know, what help would Ortiz beat AJ? Exactly, Karma Serene. He's offered to help Anthony Joshua prepare for Alexander Usyk because Ortiz is a southpaw. Man, you so slow. You can't help me. Outside of you being a southpaw, you can't help me to prepare for Usyk. You're too slow. Usyk is more athletic than Ortiz. Well, how can you help me slow as you is? As a matter of fact, Ortiz, how are you going to offer to spar me so you can help me prepare for Usyk? You had an opportunity, Ortiz, to fight Anthony Joshua 2 years ago in 2019. Y'all remember that? Ortiz, you turned down $7 million to fight Wilder for $500,000 or $700,000 for the second match because you're a PBC fighter and you listening to Uncle Al. Wow. Anyways, yeah, Ortiz, man, go ahead on, brother. Go ahead on, Ortiz. I don't think he's sincere anyways, Karma, to be honest with you. You know, Arum paid the arbitrator to rule the exact way he wanted. Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I think the third fight will do good though. I think that third fight is going to do good. I'm gonna tell you why. The third fight with Wilder and Fury is going to do well because the drama behind it, because of the cheating allegations from Fury, his ties to the mafia. Remember yesterday what the guy said? Hold on, I'm going to pull it up right now, guys. I'm going to pull it up right now. Remember yesterday what the guy said? Hold on. Bear with me for a moment, guys. The camera's going to go out for a minute, but it's going to come back in. Sorry about that, guys. I was on mute. Sorry about that. I didn't know I was on mute. Yeah, I totally disagree with that, Tune. I understand what you're saying. With the $100 million to Wilder and the BS with Fury, I'm just saying in order to get undisputed, just bite the bullet and give him what he want, like Canelo did Plant. Nah, that's a total different situation. The Canelo giving Plant $10 million. When you the A side, B side, whatever, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this here. If they want to fight me, they need to bite the bullet. Because if I was AJ, you know what? I'll just wait. He don't have to be in a hurry to become undisputed. He can wait. Tyson Fury ain't going to be around long. And Wilder is 35 years old. He's not going to be around long. So he can still get the undisputed. He need to just, yeah, I agree with you on one thing. He need to bite the bullet, but I say bite the bullet and move on. Bite the bullet and move on. He don't have to be desperate like he was last time trying to make this fight happen. Bite the bullet and move on. That's what I would do. So that's what I would do. His team allegedly was holding $10 million and didn't let him know about the 7 until the deal was off the table. Are you talking about with Ortiz? Yeah. What you say? Trilogy has no traction or interest from the public. We all are pissed off from the lies. Fury and Wilder. Anthony, no, honestly, Anthony, I think the fight. Hold on. Y'all still saying you can't hear me? Hold on, guys. Hold on. And what the hell happened? Let me see. Good now. Let me see what happened. You still can't hear me? Let me see something. Okay, we can hear. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, so I say this. Tune, he can still get the undisputed. But when people feel like, oh man, he want this undisputed real bad, we can pull him on the string like we pull him on the... Listen, you don't let people play with you is what I'm saying, Tune. You don't let people play with you. In business, if they play with you one time, if they play with you 2 times, then they know that they can continue to play with you. You don't, Floyd Mayweather never would have put up with this. Mike Tyson never would have put up with this. Canelo Alvarez never would put up with this. Why should Anthony Joshua put up with this? Is what I'm saying. I agree with Anthony Joshua said. I will not do business, deal with Fury ever again. I am moving on. If it's meant to be, Anthony Joshua will get an opportunity to fight for undisputed if it's meant to be. All I'm saying, Tune, is this. All I'm saying, Tune, my brother, is this. These are my terms. If you want to fight me for undisputed, whether it's Wilder, if I beat Alexander Usyk, whether it's Wilder or Fury, if you want to fight me, here are my terms. $100 million into my bank account in escrow. 1. 2, secure the venue in London so we can fight at the O2 Arena. That's all I'm saying. And if those guys are serious, Uncle Al Heyman, since Al Heyman's supposed to be the man, right? He's supposed to be the big dog in boxing, right? Al Heyman put them $100 million in escrow for Anthony Joshua and secure the venue in the O2 Arena. Or you can say, you know what? Put the $100 million in my account. We'll secure the venue at O2 Arena at this date, and we'll get along like that. Or Wembley. Other than that, that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. Money talk. Bullshit walk. We don't went through the bullshit with Wilder already. This is, and I'm not saying me, not me personally, but I'm saying this is probably what Joshua is saying now. We don't went through the bullshit with Wilder already. We don't went through the foolishness with Fury already. I'm not going to go down that road again. Because if Al Heyman don't like Eddie Hearn, then he's not going to be sincere in trying to make that fight. If Salafika don't like Eddie Hearn, they're not going to be sincere in trying to make that fight with Joshua anyways. And we know Bob Arum don't like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren don't like Eddie Hearn. They're not going to be sincere in trying to make that fight anyways. So let's do this. We're not going to play these crackhead games. Money talk. Here is my terms. I need $100 million deposited in escrow to this account. Right? Isn't this what Tyson Fury said? Tyson Fury just said this. There's nothing going to go down. No fight is going to happen unless I have a ton load of money into my bank account. I need proof of funds. So what I'm going to do is this. Everything that you guys did to me, this is what I'm going to do to you. Now, I need proof of funds. I need $100 million deposited into my account. We don't need it. Before we talk about anything, here goes my term sheet. And I do a press conference. And I say, you know what, man, based on what we went through in the past with these two individuals, with their lies and narratives and ulterior motives and stuff like that. No, he goes the term sheet, $100 million. This is what we need to make this fight happen. Other than that, we're in the process of fighting this other mandatory for the IBF. Once we finish that, we're in the process of fighting the mandatory for the WBA. Once we finish that, we're in the process of fighting the mandatory for the WBO. And we're just going to keep going round and round and round, round the merry-go-round. And eventually, if it's meant to be, I will fight someone someday for undisputed. That's what it's going to be from this point forward. That's what I would do. Because then we'll know who's real and we'll know who the real is. I'm just saying, Joshua is 100% correct in saying that he'll never deal with them again. He's 100% correct in saying that. And that's all I'm saying to him. If you're dealing with a promoter who can't stand your guts, who don't like you, and he gets a kick out of lying to you and playing games with you as it relates to business, you're telling me that, no, even though he lied to you, even though they play games with you, you should bite the bullet, bow down, and do everything in your power to try to make this happen because us fans want to see undisputed. Hell no. No, sir. No, sir, you ain't going to play with me like that. You ain't going to play with me like that. Shout out to New Money DMG for the super chat. Ring the Ali Bell for my brother New Money DMG. No, sir, we're not going to play like that. I sit back and wait till y'all fight somebody else and lose that belt and try to make a deal happen with them. I'll sit back and wait till one of y'all retire because I'm gonna be boxing for another 4 or 5 years anyways, so I can afford to sit back and wait. We're not playing these crackhead games. We're not playing these crackhead games. We're not going to do this. Not today. They never would have done it with Ali. They never would have done it with Tyson. They never would have done it with Floyd Mayweather. They never would have done it with Marvin Hagler. I have never in the sport of boxing seen a unified champion be played with like this. Never. I've never seen it before. I've been watching boxing since I was like 7, 8 years old. I've never seen nothing like this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. I see Fury retired after Wilder fight just to piss off Matchroom. I don't think Matchroom will be pissed off. I don't think Matchroom will be pissed off, brother, to be honest with you. I mean, they don't have the WBC belt. It's not theirs. Tyson Fury has it. And if he loses to Wilder have it, or vice versa. You can't be, listen, you can only control, you can only control, you know what I mean? Like, the only thing you have control of is what's in your possession. At this point, Anthony Joshua has moved on. He's past it now. He understands the game now. He understands these guys don't like us. They just want to play with us and use our name for clout and then flip it and try to say it's our fault and stuff don't happen. So all I'm saying is this here. If Fury wants to fight Joshua, or if Wilder wants to fight Joshua, $100 million into my bank account. That'll let me know you serious. That's it. If it was Floyd, when Floyd Mayweather fights somebody, he has a term sheet. When Floyd Mayweather became Money May, he said, listen, I'm Money May. These are my terms. You're going to fight with this gloves. We're going to fight at this venue. This is going to be the size of the ring. This is how it's going to happen. Do you want to fight? Yes or no? If not, we're moving on. Floyd Mayweather ain't never went through this. Never went through this. Mr. Angus, what you say, fam? Too much money involved. AJ and Fury will fight. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, they'll fight once Fury and them put up them $100 million to pay AJ. Because now the price don't went up now. See, this is the thing too, right? The price don't went up. My stock don't went up. I got 3 belts. I have 3 belts. I'm a bigger star than both of you guys put together. Neither one of you guys have ever sold out a pay-per-view. Neither one of you guys have ever sold out a venue. I have. The fight with AJ, Mr. Angus, you're right. Too much money involved. AJ and Fury will fight. Right. Fury put them $100 million in AJ account. I agree. They'll fight. I totally agree with that. $100 million from Fury, put it in AJ account. That's how that fight happens. That's all I'm saying. This is the one time a fighter should disregard what the fans want. Absolutely, Shelton. Shelton, absolutely. 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 This is the one time that a fighter should disregard what the fans want. If you want to fight me from this point forward, I need $100 million into my escrow account. Then we can talk. This is what Tyson Fury said, right? He didn't say $100 million, but Tyson Fury said, I need to see some money into my account. That's what he said, right? Anthony Joshua, take Tyson Fury's advice. You need to see the money into my account. Why? Because I don't believe you when you say you want to fight me. I went through this already with you before. The Wilder AJ talk fell apart because of the people over at the zone dropped the ball during the negotiation. This is their own admission, and it's relevant to what we're talking about. Yeah, I seen that. They said they dropped the ball. They didn't drop the ball on the offer with $120 million, but they said they dropped the ball on other things, right? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I need $100 million in my account. That's all I'm saying. If I'm Anthony Joshua, from this point forward, here goes my terms. This is my term sheet. We need $100 million in my account. That's when we know it's real. We're not doing any more talking. Since everybody jumping down Eddie Hearn throat, saying that Eddie Hearn talking too much. When Eddie Hearn was quiet, everybody was mad, saying that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua don't want to fight. And then when Eddie Hearn started talking, those same people turned around and say, man, Eddie Hearn talking too much. Okay, I tell you what. I'm damn if I do, damn if I don't. Shout out to my brother Halim, man. Shout out to Halim. We're going to ring the Ali bell for Halim. This just go to show how weak and sheepish boxing fans are compared to UFC fans. If Dana don't put it in the big fights, nobody watches. Absolutely. AJ has 4 belts, coach. Yeah, he got the IBO. The IBO is a belt that came out in 1988, if I'm not mistaken. The IBO. The IBO, it's not really the hell of a belt, though, to be honest with you. But you're right, he has 4 belts. But the 3 sanctioning bodies, he has the 3 major belts. AJ already knew what was going to happen. Look at how quick Fury signed the trilogy contract. But for some reason, took months to sign the contract from the AJ side. Yeah, listen, I have a video in December 2020, guys. Listen, December 2020, guys. AJ did an interview with someone, and that guy asked him. He said, if you was a betting man, Joshua, who would you bet that you would fight? I'm going to tell you something. Joshua said that if I was a betting man, I'll bet that I'll be fighting Alexander Usyk next. He said this. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you guys hear it. Let me go to my playlist, guys. Let me go to my playlist right quick. I'm going to let you guys hear it. Because Joshua, I'm going to go here. Joshua knew in December. Remember, Eddie Hearn said in the interview that he said Anthony Joshua was always skeptical. He said Anthony Joshua was always pessimistic about this fight happening with Fury. He said this. He said, but I am the one. Eddie Hearn said this. I am the one that was like, no, I'm going to make the fight happen. No, I'm going to make the fight happen. Eddie Hearn was so persistent in making the fight happen that he ignored all the red flags coming from Bob Arum. Eddie Hearn will not make that mistake. Well, Joshua ain't going to let him get played with like that no more. Anyways, let me see. Can I find it, guys? Here we go. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I got it right. I just found it. Guys. Now, let me know when you guys hear this. Let's see. Can see Eddie Hearn now. Any further talks regarding undisputed offers need to go through our U.S. representative, the coach. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if they make me the representative, I promise you this is what it's going to be. Okay. Y'all say y'all want to fight? We need $100 million deposited into the escrow account. $100 million. And I'm going to give you deadlines like Tyson Fury gave deadlines. Oh, if I don't hear something by this time, I'm going to walk away. That's what we're going to do. $100 million, escrow account, deadlines, and then we're moving on because we have WBO mandatory. We can fight again. We have an IBF mandatory. And we have a WBA mandatory. You can go back to fight. You can fight if Wilder win. He can fight a trilogy match with Ortiz. He can fight a trilogy match with Bermain Stabern. He can fight a second match with Dominique Brazil. He can fight any of those guys over there. Here we go right here, though. Here we go right here, guys. Let me let you hear this. Anthony Joshua knew what time it was off the ripper. That's what we say down here in Florida, off the ripper.
Yeah, but there's also you talk about this stage of your career, but there's been a lot of talk about your next stage of your career next year and Tyson Fury. Do you expect your first fight of 2021, assuming you beat Pulev, to be against Tyson Fury, or do you think it could be against Usyk, given the arbitration Deontay Wilder's bringing in the States to make a third fight with Fury?
It's interesting because I just look at the two of their career paths. When I look at like Fury, great talent, but I don't know whether he's coming or going. I don't know if he's going to fight Wilder, or if he's not going to fight Wilder. I don't know if he's going to fight Caballero or not fight Caballero. He announced he was fighting me and the deal had been signed and we're not fighting. Then I've got Usyk, who seems to just be straight. You hear he's fighting Chisora, he fights him. You hear he's fighting Witherspoon, he fights him. So I go for people that are serious. So if Fury's serious and keen, the fight will happen. Honestly, I'm keen to test myself. He's supposed to have the real boxing IQ and showcase the boxing power now of a heavyweight. So it's going to be a really good challenge. So I'm keen to definitely compete with him, no problem. But whether he's ready, that's a whole other story because of the issues that he faces during his career, isn't it? So I don't know what will happen in 2021. But if I was to bet all my money on it, I'd say Usyk because he's with Matchroom, straightforward fight. And his track record shows that when he says he's going to fight someone, he does.
What difference could 2 inches?
Did you hear that? This interview was conducted in December 2020. Joshua said in December 2020 to this interviewer, he said that if I had to bet my money, I would bet that it would be Usyk because Usyk is the type of guy who does what he says he's going to do. When he says he's going to fight somebody, he fights somebody. He said that while dealing with Fury, he said 1 minute he says he's going to fight me, then he's going to fight Wilder, then he's going to fight Caballero. He said you just never know with this guy. He said, but if I was to bet my money, I would bet it's going to be Usyk. Joshua knew back in December this was going to be some flim flam. Off the ripper, he knew this was going to be some flim flam. Eddie Hearn was the naive one. Eddie Hearn was the optimistic one. Eddie Hearn ego got involved. Oh man, I can make it happen. I can make it happen. He was naive. He's only 41 years old, guys. Understand this. Eddie Hearn is not Barry Hearn. Barry Hearn is the old coon, which is Eddie Hearn's father, who's a veteran. He understands fish eyes very well. He understands barbarian very well. Barry Hearn never would have got tricked like this. Not in a million years. Mike B, what you say, fell off the ripper? That's what y'all say in Florida. Man, you ain't from Florida. You from the UK. That's what he say. That's where your people are. Take your ass back. This dude might be. I don't know if you're trying to insult me or whatever, sir, but it's not working. But anyways, this is what we say in Florida. We've been saying it for years. Might be, but you're here. Glad you're here, brother. You know, if I am from the UK, my accent would tell you if I'm from the UK or not. So if I am from the UK, that's cool. You know, I don't have a problem with people from the UK. Do you have a problem with people from the UK, sir? If you do, that sounds like a personal problem. I doubt if the people of the UK give a damn about what a nigga name might be say. I doubt it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So he knew that back in December, he knew that what it was going to be. He knew what it was going to be back then. He knew this. Shout out to OG. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to Craig Joyner. Shout out to my brother Benatti. Shout out to Candace Moody. Shout out to you, sis. Benatti, what do you say, fam? Coach, I didn't receive notification. Yeah, man, YouTube be tripping sometime, man. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, brother. I really don't. You know what I mean? But yeah, he knew back in December. But Eddie Hearn wanted to, you know what I mean? He wanted to, you know. I don't know. I guess this guy might be got a problem with you guys from the UK. That's what it seemed like. He has a problem with the UK. My people in the UK, exactly. My people in the UK. All of us are part of the human race, brother. My people in the UK, the people in the UK are my people. What's wrong with that? This dude got a problem with guys from the UK. You're on the wrong channel, sir. You need to take your ass back to the Alphabet Boy channel. If you want attention, I'll give it to you. But you're on the wrong channel, sir. Take your ass back to the Alphabet Boy channel. Long as you stay respectful, you cool. You're going to get your ass blocked, though. So when you get out of pocket, bye, Felicia. When you hear that, that means you're gone. But anyways, let's go. But anyways, yeah, man. So back to what I was saying, I'm like, Anthony Joshua knew what time it was. Anthony Joshua knew. He said, we are really cut up about this, the views of UK people over here, coach. Yeah, man. All that come from the Alphabet Boy community. You know, you got these guys who have a problem with the UK. You know, the Alphabet Boy community. And I think they put that toxic stuff out there about the UK. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're all from the human race. We all going, when we die, we going the same earth gonna take me, gonna take you. I'm not set tripping about which country a person's from, what landmass you was born in. I don't get down like that. Not over here. They do that in the Alphabet Boy network. Not over here. We don't rock like that over here. New Media Today, USA Boxing. We don't rock like that over here. I don't give a damn where you from. Whether you from the continent of Africa, whether you from Japan, whether you from China, whether you from the UK, whether you from the islands, whether you from the US, I don't care where you from. If you are a fan and you love the sport of boxing, that's what I rock with. I don't care where you from, what flag you represent, what language you speak, doesn't matter to me. I don't get involved in the hating other people for what countries they're from. I don't roll like that over here. Anybody got a problem with that? They need to kick rocks. This ain't the channel for you. That's one thing I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate that. Period. This ain't the channel. Take that shit back over there where the alphabet boys at. That's how they roll. I don't roll like that over here. Period. The thing is, when Wilder went to the UK, everybody showed him love, and he lost his voice because he was so accepted. Floyd Mayweather, someone else who has shown a lot of love in the UK. Yeah, man, it's like, bro, like these dudes are clowns, man. They clowns. They clowns, bro. They clowns. I don't like these dudes at all. Period. I just don't. You see what I'm saying? I ain't with all that discrimination. I ain't with all that racism. I ain't with all that because you from the UK. I don't like you. You upset because I say my people from the UK. My people from the UK. The people from the UK are my people. The people from LA, Los Angeles are my people. The people from New York are my people. Irregardless of what color you are, race you are, ethnicity you are. Doesn't matter to me. You see what I'm saying? If you are a fan of the sport of boxing, this is the boxing channel. I don't like fanboys. I don't like haters. And I don't like racists. White or black racists. You see what I'm saying? If you are not talking about the sport of boxing, then guess what, man? We ain't rolling like that. This is not the channel for that. I love boxing. That's it. See what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But let me move on. I'm gonna start talking about this fool because he ain't nobody. Because he gonna be out of here any damn ways if he ain't already been blocked. So, but anyways, yeah, but so Joshua knew back in December there was a possibility that this could happen. So with Frank Warren is saying that if Eddie Hearn only could have kept his mouth closed. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I see it both ways. I kind of maybe agree with Frank Warren if Hearn just could have not said anything in the public. Then when it was found out that Fury was going to have to fight Wilder, it wouldn't have blew up in his face, right? You know what I mean? It wouldn't have blew up in his face. You see what I'm saying? But what I will say is this: if Eddie Hearn never would have said anything, then the narrative would have been from everybody, oh man, they didn't even say nothing. That means they didn't want to fight. They were scared. You see what I'm saying? So this is how the narrative would have been spent around. So Eddie Hearn was in the catch-22. He was in a damn if he do, damn if he don't. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, guys. But you can't put everything all on Eddie Hearn. You know, what in the hell does what about Bob Arum? How you going to excuse Bob? You see what I'm saying? So just from this point forward, if I was the representative of Anthony Joshua, hell, if I was a representative of any fighter that's a champion, that's a unified champion, you calling me out. I'm not calling you out. You see what I'm saying? You calling me out. If you really want to fight, these are my terms. That's all I'm saying, brother. These are my terms. My terms is this. Richard Morgan say, Coach, Eddie was doing what he gets paid to do. He was doing what he gets paid for. He was the one being asked the questions every day. Yeah, you're right, Richard. You're right about that. And listen, you're 100% correct about that, fam. Richard, you 100% correct about that. Eddie was doing what he's paid to do. I totally agree. He was in a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. His client, Anthony Joshua, would say, hey, listen, you work for me. I need you to make this fight happen. This guy tried to make it happen. In spite of everything else that went around. All I'm saying now, Richard, from this point forward is this. If it was you, Richard, and if I played with you like this on multiple occasions, and if I come back later on down the line and say, Richard, I know I was joking, I was lying, I was playing last time, but this time I'm serious, I want to fight you. How would you handle the situation from this point forward? Carmen Serene, my sister say, but Fury called out AJ first. What were Team AJ supposed to do if Fury side expressed interest? You're right about that, Carmen. You're right about that. You're right about that. They should have. They did what they were supposed to do. You're right about that, Carmen. You're right about that. You're right about that. I have nothing to say about that, sis. You're right about that. AJ team was supposed to explore all options, especially if what is it? Dang, I forgot what I was going to say, guys. I lost my train of thought. He was supposed to explore all options, especially if Tyson Fury and them said, hey, we want to fight you. And he's seen the opportunity that, hey, I can fight this guy. Whether I win or lose, I want to fight this guy, and I have an opportunity to become undisputed if I win. So he did right. But what I'm saying is, from this point forward, what I want to know is this. You wouldn't get another chance, coach, chance period, coach. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. If I don't get another chance to become undisputed, that's fine. I can live with that. It's not like Anthony Johnson's going to die if he don't become undisputed. It's not like he's going to lose money if he don't become undisputed. The opportunity just ain't going to be there. That's fine. At least you can say you tried. That's all I'm saying. At least you can say you tried. Easy Band say right after AJ Pulev fight, everyone roasted him for not mentioning Fury's name, including Fury himself. Now they're saying he was wrong for trying to make the fight publicly. Man, listen, it's like what I said. Harleen, what you say, fam? Sad thing about it, AJ, he can't take Tyson Fury to court. Nah. Listen, it's like what I said before. Easy Bands. When people don't like you, there's nothing you can do to make them like you. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Best life, what you say, fam? Call AJ out, then look for a way out. Easy Man say, how the hell AJ is to blame? Man, listen, AJ is not to blame. I'm not the one saying that. I'm just saying this is how Frank Warren is trying to flip it now. Everyone knew the arbitration was happening. Just Bob was saying it wouldn't get in the way. Exactly. Everyone knew the arbitration was happening. So Bob was saying that, hey, it wouldn't get in the way. So Eddie Hearn took Bob's word for it. All I'm saying is later on down the line, when Bob Arum come back again, since you know his word isn't good, then you can't trust what he's saying. That's all I'm saying. So what we do is this. What's the solution to that? I need $100 million in my account. The stock don't went up now. If you want to fight me to be undisputed, Fury or Wilder, I need 100 mil. Period. I'm the biggest star. Since we're gonna use the alphabet boys terminology. Errol Spence is the bigger star. He's done the heavier lifting. He has more belts. He's bringing more to the table. He should get paid more. So I'm going to use their logic when it comes to Anthony Joshua. He's the bigger star. He's done the bigger numbers. He sold out arenas. He has countries building stadiums for him. He makes more money than both of these other fighters put together. I need 100 mil in my account. That's all I'm saying. Period. That's how we do that. Coach, that's why Bruce Leroy was so successful as a martial artist. He took what was fighting points from many nations. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Bruce Lee? I thought you said Bruce Leroy. Yeah. Bruce Lee. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is from this point forward, I hear what you're saying. You want to fight me? That's cool and dandy. You said that before. I need 100 mil in my account. That's what Tyson Fury said, right? Tyson Fury said, I need to see a boatload of money into my account first to let me know that the fight is serious. I would say the same thing now. I would use the same talking points that Tyson Fury said. Here goes my terms. This is my term sheet. 100 mil, escrow. Till then, peace. Holla at you. That's how we're going to do that. Strangeness, what you say, fam? Dana White talk a lot of ish about boxing promoters, but he actually likes Eddie Hearn. That says a lot about the UFC. It's highly successful. Yeah, the UFC is very highly successful. The UFC is more of a fan-friendly company. Boxing is more of a other side of the street company. I'm big fish company. You big dog, you big dog. Boxing has become WWE right now. Boxing is more WWE right now. I love the Hearn comment on Fury. Where are your bullocks, Tyson? Your bullocks. He then gave a scenario if he dropped the ball for AJ, how he expected AJ to bullock him. Yeah, you're right about that. I see exactly what you're saying. We use this universal word in the UK. Okay. Hey, thank you so much, Alex Gill, for letting me know that. Richard, what you say, fam? I'm saying I would wait for someone else to take your strap, then fight them. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Richard. I totally agree with that. Let's go ahead and wait, man. We're not going to play these crackhead games no more, man. Yeah, we're not going to play these crackhead games. We're not going to play them. You know what I'm saying? Fury and Wilder crossing their fingers, hoping that Usyk beats AJ. Yeah. If Usyk beats AJ, it's a rematch. It's going to be a rematch clause anyways. Well, hold on. I don't know. Usyk is the mandatory, so it might not be a rematch clause. I don't know we don't know what the terms of the contract is going to be, so I don't know. I can't say. Fury is crying for AJ to call his name after he beat Pulev, claiming AJ had ished himself, but AJ was always reluctant for talking because he wanted to sign contract. Yeah, he said this video I played you guys, he said this in December. Hold on, listen. This is another one. Like Fury, AJ was always skeptical. He was always skeptical. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I have another one for you. I played this before on here, guys, I played this one before, but where is it at? Here you go.
Imagine I'm now set to fight Fury 3 months away, and then 2 weeks before the fight, he pulls out. This is the type of character I'm dealing with. So what I'm just gonna bide my time. When he's ready, he knows where I am. I'm keen. I'm a straight shooter. I don't mess around. If he wants to fight, he knows I'll fight. He knows I'll fight him. And I say the longer he leaves it, the worse it is. So he wants to come to me now because I'm still developing and learning. So all I'm saying is that with everything I've seen going on with Fury, I've just known when he's ready, when he's settled, and he knows exactly what he's doing, come and find me. Because I can't be chasing a man that's fighting Wilder, fighting Caballero, announces he's fighting me twice this year. I just realized that let me just wait until he's ready and he'll know where I'm at.
Hey man, how can you disagree with that? Anthony says, and the fact that Team Fury had a chance to terminate the trilogy contract in December, but never did. Yeah, absolutely. Coach, do you think that the lawyers who did the negotiation should take some of the blame as well? Not just Fury and Arum. We don't. That's a good question, but that's a good question. I think Jabril, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say that. The fact that Fury came out and said that the fight was on undermines everything Bob and Frank now says. You're right about that. Steve in the UK, you hit the nail right on the head. When Fury came out and said that everything was on and popping, the fight was going to go down, he said it on a Sunday. And then the next day, the arbitrator ruled that he had to fight Wilder. That killed everything. Coach, you remember when I said on here, they want to screw Eddie Hearn up because of the DAZN jealousy? Yeah, I remember that. Halim, I do remember that, brother. You did tell me that. I forgot all about that. You did tell me that. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot all about that. It shouldn't be a rematch clause because Usyk is a mandatory. I'm rooting for AJ, but that's right. But what's right is right. And it should be a singular fight. Yeah, absolutely. It should be a singular fight. AJ just got the win. Period. That's why AJ has said the Pulev fight, if it's Tyson Fury, let it be Tyson Fury. Exactly, Karma. Exactly. This is exactly what he said. How can you listen? The guy Anthony Joshua knew what was going to happen. He said because he's dealing with Fury. He knew this. Hearn hyped us every day of the week and did so twice on Sundays, knowing very well it was easier said than done. Yeah. Well, Hearn was going off of what Bob Arum was telling him. That was his mistake. Because Bob Arum was telling him something behind the scenes, but then in public, they was coming out saying something totally different. He was sending mixed signals. It's like AJ is a psychic. You hit the nail right on the head, Karma. AJ is a psychic. He knew what time it was. So again, after going through this fiasco with Frank Warren, Bob Arum, we can't play these crackhead games anymore. All I'm saying is this here: Fury and Wilder will never be ready for AJ. That's what it looks like. Yeah, all I'm saying is this here. Hey coach, off topic, but did you hear about United Airlines losing all of Taylor's belts? No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that. They can send them some more though. Fury has lost all of my respect. Sickness back and forth attitude. Yeah, and fair is, to be honest with you, I know you guys gonna think I'm tripping. It's not just Fury though. It's Eddie. It's Bob Arum. It's Bob Arum. It's Bob Arum. So all I'm saying is Eddie Hearn did his part. Whether you like how he did it or not, he did his part. He did his part. Is it possible Fury knew and paid them off to block the AJ fight? Anything is possible when it comes to dealing with Bob Arum. Anything is possible. Eddie did his part 100%. Exactly, Karma. He did his part. If the contract would have been terminated in December, terms would have been extended with Wilder's and Fury's agreement. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about that contract being terminated. All I know is from this point forward, if you're Anthony Joshua, how do you handle? This is the question I want to ask everybody in the chat. This is the question I want to ask everybody in the chat. I don't like how they treat black fighters. Big Baby got busted for PEDs, social media, cocaine. Boxing is a racist ass sport. This is what I have to say. From this point forward, guys, let me ask you a question. JD said the biggest disclosure from the arbitration is that Fury's team could have terminated the contract with Wilder back in December. Wow. I'm at a loss for words, JD. I'm at a loss for words, brother. It's bigger than AJ and Fury. Imagine if Eddie gets all of the belts at heavy. That means PBC and Top Rank have to go to the zone for any belts. You know what, Steve in the UK, you hit that. Oh man, woo. Hey, I got some smart people in this chat, man. Man, I didn't even think about that. Steve in the UK, I didn't even think about that, brother. I didn't even think about that, fam. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey guys, listen, if you're new to the channel, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hey, I didn't even think. Hey, Steve in the UK, brother, I didn't even look at it that way. It's a power move. It's bigger than the fighters. You're right about that. Great channel, bro. I do feel that AJ and Eddie Tyson just keep lying to us. What do you think happened? I do feel for AJ and Eddie. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Bob and Frank Warren were just trying to get that Saudi connect. Brilliant move from Bob and Frank. Yeah, but they don't. But this is the thing. They don't have a Saudi connect. They don't have a Saudi connect because the Saudi connect comes with Anthony Joshua. The Saudis ain't gonna put no money up for Fury to fight any goddamn body, unless he's fighting Anthony Joshua. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna put money. The Saudis not gonna put no money up for Fury to fight Wilder. The Saudis not gonna put no money up for Fury to fight Olo Wallin. The Saudis are gonna put no money up for Fury to fight Sefa Safari. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you a question. From this point forward, I want to ask you guys a question. If you were Anthony Joshua, now this is what I say. I'm saying, you don't have to agree with me. I'm saying, because I'm dealing with known liars. I'm dealing with lying ass Bob Arum, lying ass Frank Warren, lying ass Tyson Fury. All I'm saying is this. From this point forward, if you're Anthony Joshua, how would you handle the situation? I'm saying that if you want to fight me and you pull me on the string already and you lied to me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my term sheets. You're going to have to pay me $100 million, put $100 million in escrow. That'll let me know you're serious, and then we can go from there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but there's a lot of great fighters. So that's all I'm saying. How would you handle it? How would you handle it? Gerald Miller did PEDs, got punished, probably not harshly enough to be fair. So if you want to stake a claim, Yeah, I don't know what racism got to do with Jared Miller popping dirty for PEDs twice. Jared Miller's a drug cheat. You know what I mean? And that's for any fight. I don't give a damn what color they are. Tyson Fury or whatever. I don't care who it is. You see what I'm saying? No fighter should be fighting at an unfair advantage in the sport of boxing. Whether it's a black fighter, white fighter, Latino fighter, I don't care who it is. Whether it's Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, it doesn't matter. Man got popped dirty twice, so. But I hear what you're saying though, Coach. If it was Fury, I wouldn't be booking any holidays to Saudi Arabia. He would wake up with the hood over his head. hey, let me ask you a question though. Let me see. What you say, Rachel? If I'm AJ, tell Fury and Wilder it'll cost 20 mil just to get a phone call from me. Wow. You know what? I'm anxious to see what all you guys have. What do you guys have to say? Eddie said he would have done a GoFundMe if he would have spoke to Prince and asked him all to pay. Yeah. But listen, there's no proof. Wilder did not want any step aside money. That came from Tyson Fury. There is nothing that has been confirmed what Deontay Wilder said he wanted step aside money. Period. That was a lie that came out of Tyson Fury's mouth. No one can show me anything. No one can show me anything that where they said, it was said that hey, Wilder wanted step aside money. I've been on the social media accounts. Wilder never said that on the social media account. Where did this come from? And then you got to question the source from which it came from. It came from a known liar's mouth, Tyson Fury. Who in the hell is going to believe anything that Tyson Fury says? But anyways, I digress. Best Life said, I will fight my mandatory and fight a couple of professional dishwashers. Let Fury and Wilder beat each other up. Okay, that's a good solution. And that was just when they caught him. He popped dirty when he was doing MMA as well. Wow, I didn't even know that, Karma Serene. If AJ asks for money up front, the LDBC boys will say AJ Duncan. Who cares what they say? Who cares what the alphabet boys say? Them dudes at home at their houses shooting videos like I'm shooting videos in my house. Who cares what they say? When you way up here on the totem pole, you don't care what people on the, when you got a bird's eye view of the situation, elephants don't worry about when ants think about them. The LDBC are ants when it comes to Anthony Joshua. I am an ant when it comes to Anthony Joshua. When you are up here, you don't worry about what the ants are talking about down there. Who cares what they talk about? Jared Miller popped dirty 3 times. He popped dirty when he kickboxed too. Exactly. That had nothing to do with racism. And Pac-Man, Fury, Canelo use hard body, use PEDs. Pac-Man never got popped dirty for anything. It's always been rumored now, I'm not going to lie. It's always been rumored that Manny Pacquiao was on PEDs, but he never got popped for anything. So until he got popped, we can't say. And that rumor came from, I think, Floyd Mayweather. That rumor came from Floyd Mayweather. AJ should drop all the belts, then see what they're going to offer to fight each other. Nah, I wouldn't even do that. He fought hard for those belts. You say AJ should drop all the belts, then see what they get offered to fight each other. Martin Ramos, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? Let's see what's going on. Warren sounds like he wants to rob AJ, talking about we can put the fight together directly with AJ. No. Yeah, I saw that, JD. I saw that. He's saying that he didn't, Coach, right. No, he's saying that AJ has one more fight left on his contract with Eddie Hearn. They want to deal directly with AJ. Nah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. AJ don't trust those guys. AJ don't trust those guys. He don't trust them. Tafita, what you say? You say Coach Williams can somebody tell Terrence Crawford to sign with Eddie Hearn? Terrence Crawford's going to have to get out of his contract first. His contract expires in October. He has one more fight. with Top Rank, and then it's over with. So he can't leave until his contract is up. If he tries to leave while he's under contract, he gonna get sued, put on the shelf like Michael Garcia did. So he can't leave. Wilder's awfully quiet these days. All talk comes from Fury team. Yeah, and that really shocked me about Wilder. That really shocked me about Wilder. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is Fury is still running away from UCAD for doping. He retired to end the investigation, then he dropped the UCAD license. How is Fury still credible? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. You guys know more about that than I do about the license in the UK. I don't know much about that, guys. So I can't really comment on it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So, So Wilder versus Fury. What do you say? Wilder versus Fury. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, man, I tell you, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let's see. Richard says AJ is where the money is. Won't be long before Fury and Wilder are getting paid $1 million to fight each other. Yeah, they want that payday, man. They want that payday, man. And it is what it is. But how I would handle it, all I'm saying, guys, what would you guys advise Anthony Joshua to do from this point forward as it relate to Fury or Wilder after what he's experienced? That's all I want to know. I would tell them when they finish fighting each other, they need to come and see their king, which AJ, and send AJ an offer. Let's call their bluff. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Michael Buffer. My offer would be, I would send them a term sheet. I need $100 million deposited into this account. Period. And guess what? Well, you got get in contact with the prince. See, can you make that fight? No, baby boy, no. Ain't no getting in contact with no prince no more. We went to the prince route. We ain't doing that no more. You got to do the heavy lifting now. It's your job now to put the money up now. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to be. So it is what it is. I mean, that's how I would handle it. That's all I'm saying. That's how I would handle it from this point forward. You the A side, act like it. I'm the A side. Since that's what the alphabet boys say, look, he the A side. Errol is the A side. Terrence Crawford need to be realistic and buy down to Errol. Okay, I'm gonna use that same logic and say, okay, Anthony Joshua the A side. Wilder / or Fury needs to be realistic and recognize he the A side. I need this is my term sheet. I need $100 million. I need $100 million deposited into my account. I need to see proof of funds. This is what Wilder said before. This is what Fury said before. I need to see proof of funds and put that money in my account, and then holler, and then I know that'll let me know y'all serious. AJ don't owe them any favors. He should make them take a pay cut or fight Dillian White if Dillian beats them. Exactly. Let's see. If I was AJ, I would also add you need to go public and admit that you're lying. Oh man. Yeah, I wouldn't Smith and West. I know you're late coming on, my brother, but yeah, I wouldn't. AJ say he's done. So I couldn't deal with liars anymore. If you want to fight me, man, here go my term sheets, man. I need $100 million in my bank account. That's it. Other than that, I'm not taking you guys serious. I'm moving on. I'm gonna keep fighting my mandatories. Period. That's how I would do that. That's how I would do that from this point forward. Like I said, me and Anthony Joshua talk on the regular. So I look forward to working with Anthony Joshua. Floyd will work with him. You see what I'm saying? From here on out. Okay. That's good. That's good. I hope so. I hope that's true. You see what I'm saying? Onyx say Fury will slap them up like he said he will. I'm a boxing man. Tell me otherwise. That's fine. $100 million to slap me up. Period. That's fine, Onyx. $100 million. That's all I'm saying. Everything has changed now. Everything has changed now. Who will put up 100 mil for Tyson or Wilder? Nobody will put up to 100 mil for Tyson or Wilder. Nobody. Nobody. Shout out to YT to Y2K part 2001. Is it the A-side's job to find the site and everything because they're the ones that get to choose what the fight is going to be? I don't know, man. It's so much politics in boxing. My brother, it's so much politics in boxing. Y2K. I really don't know what role the A-side plays or not. I don't know about that, man. I just started hearing about this A-side shit. Sorry about that, brother. This A-side stuff with Floyd Mayweather. I really, honestly, that's when I first started hearing about it. In this era, to be honest with you. But shout out to my brother Y2K. We're gonna ring the Ali bell for my brother too. Ring the Ali bell for him again for the super chat. All right, let's see. Who else we got? Alex Gill, what you say, man? Dwayne Curry, you are right. That AJ won't have that same energy for Wilder. But that isn't due to ducking. That's because he has had his fingers burnt by Wilder before. Absolutely. People feel it, and I don't think people don't understand that. People don't understand that. You know what I mean? You think Luke Fury would be pissed about losing that big payday? Or Luke seems happy to be signing a Wilder fight? Yeah, I mean, Luke says he don't care about money, so he probably be fine. I keep coming back for the chat, coach. Always fun. Yeah, Ed Way 4. Shout out to Ed Way 4, man. Shout out to my brother Ed Way 4. Ring the Ali bell for Ed Way 4. All right, guys, listen, man. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. I know you guys are tired of the politics. I am as well. We're going to come on again tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That'll be 8 o'clock in the evening, UK Standard Time. But before I go, you know how we do it. We're going to give everybody a shout out. Shout out to my sister, Lisa Bales. Shout out to Pound for Pound Boxing Real News. Shout out to Best Life. Shout out to my sister, Carmen Serene. Shout out to my brother, Shelton Moore, who was on earlier. Shout out to Toon. Shout out to Phil Will, 123. Shout out to Strangingness. Shout out to Robert Brown. Shout out to Easy Bands. Shout out to Derek Warrell. Shout out to Michael Buffer. Shout out to JD in the building. Shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to shout out to Josh Taylor too, man, for breaking it home. Undisputed junior welterweight champion of the world. Josh Tarpon Tornado Taylor. Ring the Ali bell for Josh Taylor. Shout out to my brother Richard. Shout out to Steve in the UK, man. You made some valid points today, brother. Shout out to Danny North. Shout out to Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Sorry about that, fam. Shout out to Michael A. Shout out to Easy Bands. Shout out to James Burrell. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bell. Shout out to Red 7. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to who else we got? Shout out to Learning Guitar. I guess that's how to pronounce it. Shout out to Mr. T. I pity the fool. Shout out to Alan Skill. Who else we got? Shout out to Best Life. Shout out to Layla Ray. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Shout out to Odusan. Shout out to Derek Warrell. Let's see. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to South Wales in the building. South Side. Hey, shout out to Guitars for You. Let's see who else we have. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Tafita. Shout out to Dopamines. Shout out to Easy Bands. Shout out to Eliza. Who else we got? Shout out to Richard Bailey. Shout out to Mike. Who else we got? Shout out to my brother Smith and West. Shout out to Michael Buffer. Shout out to the Joker. Who else we have? Shout out to Jules and Nicholas. Who else we have? Shout out to Don. Oh no, shout out to Dewan. Sorry about that, fam. Who else we got? Let's see. I think I covered everybody. Shout out to Onyx. South Wales, South Side. I like that. Shout out to Y2K PA 2000. Shout out to Anyold. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Shout out to Egg Wake Forum. Who else we have? Shout out to Jabril Bay. Shout out to Joe Cutthroat. Bomb Squad. Shout out to Trevor. Got Bomb Squad in the building. Shout out to Christopher. And other than that, that's it. This is our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, representing for New Media Today USA Boxing. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which will be 8 o'clock UK time. Other than that, peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.